In the last video, I spoke to you as a 35-year-old man full of regrets, single, no stable career, looking back at my younger self and wishing I had done things differently. But life moves fast. Since I recorded that, something happened. I finally stopped running. I finally looked at the fear I told you about, the fear of commitment, the fear of forever, and I walked through it. I got married. I know. You're thinking, wait, you just said you were a mess. I am still a work in progress. But I met someone who didn't need me to be perfect. She just needed me to be present. And for the first time in my life, I didn't run away. I stayed. So now I am standing on the other side of that door. I am a husband, and let me tell you, everything I thought I knew about marriage from movies, from songs, even from watching my parents, it was mostly wrong. If you are 18, 20, 25, and you dream of marriage, or maybe you are scared of it like I was, I want to tell you the truth about what happens after you say, I do. This is not a fairy tale. This is real life. Here is what I have learned in my first real experience of building a life with another human being. Lesson 1. Marriage is not a finish line. It is a construction site. When I was single and lonely, I thought marriage was a destination. I thought, if I can just find the right person and we get married, then boom, happy ending. I will be fixed. My loneliness will be gone. Life will be easy. I treated marriage like a trophy you win at the end of a game. Here is the reality shock. Marriage is not the trophy. It is the gym. The day after the wedding, you wake up. The party is over. The guests are gone. The fancy clothes are in the closet. And there is just you and her and the silence. And you realize, oh, the problems I had when I was single, they are still here, but now they are in the same room as someone else's problems. If you are messy, you are still messy. If you are anxious, you are still anxious. If you are bad with money, you are still bad with money. Marriage does not fix you. It exposes you. It puts a giant mirror in front of your face every single morning. You cannot hide. When I was single, if I had a bad day, I could shut down. I could ignore the world. I could play video games for 6 hours and eat cereal for dinner. Nobody saw me. Nobody judged me. Now, if I shut down, my wife feels it. If I am grumpy, the house feels heavy. My mood is not just my mood anymore. It is the weather of our home. My advice to you, stop waiting for a partner to complete you or fix you. If you are a broken person, you will just bring broken pieces into the marriage. Work on yourself now. Learn to be happy alone. Learn to clean your own mess, physical and emotional. Because when you get married, you are inviting someone into your house. Make sure it is a place they want to live. Lesson 2. The right person is a myth you build. I wasted years looking for the one, the perfect woman, the one who likes all my music, who never gets annoying, who understands me without words. I treated dating like shopping. I don't like this one, return. I don't like that one, scroll. Now that I am married, I see how childish that was. My wife is amazing, but is she perfect? No. Am I perfect? Absolutely not. There are days she annoys me. There are days I annoy her. There are days we look at each other and think, why is this so hard? If I was 25, I would have run away. I would have said, oh, we had a fight. She must not be the one. But marriage taught me this. Love is not a feeling you find. It is a decision you make. Every morning, I wake up and I have a choice. I can focus on the things that irritate me, or I can focus on the things I adore. I can choose to be kind, even when I am tired. I can choose to listen, even when I want to look at my phone. The right person is not someone you find ready-made. The right person is someone you build a relationship with, brick by brick, argument by argument, apology by apology. My advice to you, stop looking for perfection. Perfection is boring, and it is not real. Look for someone with good character. Look for someone who fights fair. Look for someone who, when things get hard, doesn't leave the room. And then, commit to becoming the right person for them. Lesson 3. You have to kill your ego to let the relationship live. This is the hardest part for me. Remember, I was single for 35 years. I was the king of my own life, my schedule, my money, my remote control, my way. I became very selfish, not on purpose, but out of habit. I didn't have to ask anyone permission to buy something. I didn't have to compromise on what to eat for dinner. Marriage is the death of the ego. You cannot win every argument and still have a happy marriage. If you win, your partner loses. And if your partner loses, the team loses. I remember one of our first big fights. It was about something stupid, dishes or laundry, I don't even remember. But I wanted to be right. I used logic. I used facts. I argued like a lawyer. I proved that I was right and she was wrong. I won the argument. But she went to sleep crying, and I slept on the couch feeling cold and alone. Did I really win? No. I learned that being right is a lonely prize. In marriage, you have to choose. Do you want to be right, or do you want to be close? Sometimes you have to say, I am sorry, even if you don't feel like it. Sometimes you have to do the thing you don't want to do because it helps her. This is painful for the ego. The ego wants to protect itself, but love is the opposite of protection. Love is vulnerability. My advice to you, practice losing. I know that sounds crazy. Society tells you to win, to be the alpha, to be the boss. But in love, practice saying, I might be wrong. Practice saying, your feelings matter more than my logic right now. If you can lower your shield, you make space for connection. If you keep your shield up, you will be safe, but you will be alone. Lesson 4. The boring days are the most important ones. Movies lie to us. They show the first kiss in the rain. They show the big dramatic fight and the makeup sex. They show the wedding day. They never show Tuesday night. They never show sitting on the couch, exhausted from work, trying to figure out how to pay the electric bill. They never show one of you getting sick and the other one having to clean it up. They never show the quiet, boring routine. I used to be addicted to the spark, the excitement. When the excitement faded in my past relationships, I left. I thought love was gone. Now I know, boredom is not the end of love. It is the soil of love. Real love is found in the routine. It is found in making coffee for her every morning, the exact way she likes it. It is found in asking, how was your day? And actually listening to the answer. It is found in the silence when you are driving together, and you don't need to talk to feel safe. If you chase the spark forever, you will burn down everything you build. You have to learn to love the embers, the slow, warm heat that lasts a long time. My advice to you, don't be afraid of routine. But do not let routine become neglect. Water the plant every day. A relationship doesn't die from one big fire. It dies from 1,000 days of no water. Lesson 5, communication is not just talking, it is translating. I thought I was a good communicator. I talk a lot. You can tell I am making these long videos. But talking is not communicating. My wife and I, we speak the same language, English, but sometimes it feels like we are from different planets. I say, I need some space. She hears, I don't love you anymore. She says, we need to talk. I hear, you are in trouble. We realize that we have different dictionaries. We have different traumas. We have different ways of seeing the world. Learning to be married is learning to be a translator. It is stopping the fight and saying, wait, when you said that, I felt hurt. Is that what you meant? It is learning that I process things silently, in my cave, and she processes things by talking, out loud. Neither way is wrong, but if we don't understand that, we destroy each other. I used to run away from hard conversations. The silent treatment. I thought silence was power. I thought if I ignored the problem, it would disappear. In marriage, silence is poison. If you leave the problem on the floor, you will trip over it tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day. You have to pick it up. You have to talk about the scary things: money, sex, fear, the future. My advice to you: learn to talk about your feelings before you are angry. Most men, and I was one of them, wait until we explode. Learn to say, I feel anxious right now. I feel unappreciated. It feels weak, I know, but it is actually the strongest thing you can do. The final truth. I am 35. I am a new husband. I don't have it all figured out. Some days I look at my ring and I feel panic. Can I really do this forever? Some days I miss my total freedom. But then I look at the life I am building. I am building a witness to my life. I am building a team. I am building a home that is not just four walls, but a feeling of safety. And I realize hard things are the only things worth doing. Being single and avoiding commitment was easy, but it was heavy with regret. Being married is hard, but it is heavy with meaning. I prefer the weight of meaning over the weight of regret. So, to my younger friends watching this, don't rush. You don't need to get married at 20. You don't need to force it, but don't fear it either. Don't believe the cynical people who say, marriage is a trap. It is only a trap if you build it with lies and ego. If you build it with truth, with work, and with respect, it is the greatest freedom you will ever know. Start preparing now, not by buying a ring, but by becoming the kind of person someone would be lucky to wake up next to for 50 years. Be honest. Keep your promises. Clean your mess. Learn to apologize. Because one day, you might meet someone who makes you want to stop running. And when that day comes, I want you to be ready. I wasn't ready for a long time. I lost years. Don't lose years. Start building your character today. This is your friend from age 35, still learning, still growing, finally living. See you in the next one.